What up, boxing fans? It's your boy Sarone with Wisdom Boxing, and we back with another one. So let's talk about it. This video is just to put on display and kind of educate you guys on some details of what Jake Paul is going to be facing with Nate Robinson and the athleticism and explosive that he possesses, and why it's a concern for Jake Paul or anybody that Nate Robinson steps in the ring. Looking at this footage you're looking at now, this is Nate Robinson doing some boxing training roughly about 6 or 7 years ago. Nate Robinson has always used boxing as a tool to get in shape for his basketball season and his basketball career. When we talk about his NBA basketball career, this is a guy who played in the NBA for a full decade, a solid 10 years, which is not easy for any athlete to be able to do. 10 years in the NBA is not easy. Not only is it not easy, but the average height in the NBA is 6'7". Nate Robinson is 5'9", 180 pounds of sheer muscle. He's like a walking piece of metal. He's 5'9", 180 pounds, and on top of that, this guy won the NBA dunking contest 3 consecutive times throughout that 10-year NBA career, which is highly impressive. That's something that only Nate Robinson has ever done. Again, that is historic. That's something that Nate Robinson has only done. When you're 5'9" and be able to accomplish that type of feat, you have to have an extreme explosiveness. Nate Robinson is like a walking grenade. He can explode at any given moment. And when you talk about the sport of boxing, you have to be concerned when you're standing across from somebody in a squared circle that can explode and pounce on you super fast and explosive at any given time. Nate Robinson has extremely quick and strong feet, which is very important to have in the sport of boxing. It's not just about your hands. It's a lot to do with your feet. And Nate Robinson has very quick feet. If Nate Robinson and Jake Paul was to get on a 100-yard dash on the track and race, Nate Robinson will win. If he was to measure who could jump higher out of the two, Nate Robinson will win. Nate Robinson can lift heavier weights than Jake Paul. Nate Robinson not only was very good in basketball, but he was extremely good in football. Extremely good. If he would have stayed with football throughout his high school career, he would have had action at making it to the NFL. When I say action, I'm talking like an 85% chance. The world hasn't seen too many type of athletic specimens like a Nate Robinson. The NBA has never seen somebody as small as him win the dunking contest the way that he could. Okay? Now, not only is Nate Robinson this explosive athlete and this talented basketball player, but let's translate that into boxing. Now, when you're in a boxing ring, there's nowhere you can run, there's nowhere you can hide. It all boils down to 2 important things: heart and hustle. Okay? Sometimes in boxing, somebody can have a lot of skill and, skills pays the bills. But sometimes somebody could just completely outwork you. You can have better skills than that person, but the person that you win against just had more heart and hustle. For example, Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter. That is a fight that I attended live. I was in the 3rd row, very close to the ring. I felt that Danny Garcia won the fight because he was picking a lot of shots and blocking. He just looked like the better skill fighter. But Shawn Porter did have a higher work rate. He threw more punches. At the end of the round, he just out-hustled a little more, and that's what got him the win. And that's what gets a lot of people a win in boxing. Who's going after it the hardest? Who's in attack mode the most? And I'm going to tell you, Nate Robinson, he might start off a little slow. But once Jake Paul catch him with a jab, which Jake Paul will do, and once Nate Robinson eat that jab and feel that jab, I can see Nate Robinson, getting a little frustrated and maybe saying, you know what, I got to get inside. This guy is big. He has a very long reach. I have to get inside. Okay, and with getting inside, that's where Nate Robinson will have his advantages because Jake Paul won't be able to retreat as quick because he doesn't have quicker feet than Nate Robinson. So these are things that really matter in a boxing match because, again, Nate Robinson is just a different type of breed in that ring. His athleticism is just completely off the charts. And again, Nate Robinson has been going over the boxing fundamentals for many, many years. He's not a stranger to, the boxing fundamentals, working on the jab, working on your hooks, your uppercuts, the basic fundamentals. This is something that he's been doing for many, many years. And on top of that, you add this very last year, close to a year that he's really had to get in preparation for Jake Paul. So when you take all his previous years of going through the basic fundamentals, and now you add some intense, extreme training with sparring and all of the above, this is where, Jake Paul and a lot of his fans has to be concerned. Now, I'm not saying that Nate Robinson, this is just going to be an easy walk in the park or easy win. In this video, I'm not even giving my prediction. This video is just to kind of explain the details of Nate Robinson and why anybody that think this is just going to be a walk in the park for Jake Paul, anybody that think like, oh, okay, Jake Paul, he's going to knock him out in the first round, it's going to be easy money. You might want to second guess that. Because, again, this is a fight where anything goes. And sometimes things could get dirty. Sometimes it could be a low blow. It's going to be a lot of pressure. So a lot of mental fortitude is going to have to take place. A lot of mental fortitude will have to take place. And how will Jake Paul, how will Nate Robinson handle that? I think Nate Robinson is going to bring a lot of dog in this fight. Nate Robinson is like a red-nosed pit. If you look at his NBA career, and you type in Nate Robinson in NBA fights, you will see him in some scuffles. If there's a fight, Nate Robinson is probably running to it ready to go. If there's a fight, Nate Robinson was probably the guy who started it. So one thing we could say about Nate Robinson and Jake Paul, they're similar in that manner. They both like to fucking fight to the point where they'll probably start it. If they're in that mood and say, hey, I'm ready to fight, I'm going to start a fight with somebody just so I can let it go. That's the temperament in both of these guys. They're very similar. So you have a dog in Jake Paul. You got a dog in Nate Robinson. You got two pit bulls going heads up. That's not going back down. These are the kind of guys that will go out on their shield. They will go out on their shield. You're going to have to damn near kill these guys in the ring. Both of them. So that's what makes for a very intriguing fight. To me, it's worth the money because I'm just simply talking about this fight. I haven't even talked about the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight. That's another video. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell more friends because we coming back with another one. As you can see from this video, I'm starting to work on my edit game. We're going to start coming with videos and, we just getting started. Wisdom Boxing, where you can get quality opinions and accurate predictions. I will be coming with a prediction video a little later this evening, so stay tuned. Hit that little bell thing so whenever I post these videos, you can just get it live as they come and you can, follow my journey. Follow me to the top. If you're new to YouTube and you want to make a video, let me know. I'm going to support you too because that's how we all can win together in this. It's enough for everybody. It's enough for everybody. Okay? So I hope you guys like this video. I hope I was able to kind of maybe give you some insight on what Jake Paul is actually going to be going up against. I hope looking at this footage, you can kind of see, what's going on. And, tune into the fight. Comment, let me know what your take is on the fight. I would love to hear other people's opinion. And again, please subscribe and tell a friend to tell even more friends to tune in to Wisdom Boxing.